Javier, tuvieron un buen partido hoy día, fuiste nombrado el hombre del partido, fue un partido muy físico también. ¿Cómo es que llevaron a cabo el partido para poderlo sacar adelante?
Español.
Como tú prefieras, ¿lo puedes en inglés?
Yeah, first, I want to thank God for opportunity to make a score today. It was very important. Yeah, we know today the game was going to be hard. Everything know about the LA, Los Angeles. It's a really good team. They can win the last two games. We know that game must be really, really hard for us. I'm really happy for all my teammates, for the team. We can give all 84, get with the victory. That is more important now.
Okay, other questions? Oh, if Jeremiah has got the mic.
Freddie, if you could walk us through the play that you made leading up to the penalty where you controlled the ball, and then what happened with you and Albert leading up to the actual penalty?
It was a cross from, if I remember clearly, it was a cross from Alex. When I wanted to see the ball, it was right in front of my face, and I chested it, to stop it, put it down, and I tried to go forward, but at the same time, I saw the defender coming really hard, and I just waited for him to hit me, and I just went down. And luckily for us, it was a PK. And what happened with Albert? This is soccer. He wanted to score. He wanted to kick the PK, but at the same time, I had the responsibility. I scored the last PK in the previous match, so I believe that I had the confidence to take this one, and especially when the game was still 1-1. And that's it. It stayed there. We are professionals, and I love Albert. He's a great guy, and I believe that he's going to have many chances to score. So, yeah, for now, we move on.
Go Maz, then Jaime.
Absolutely. And Freddie, can you talk about what it does to your offense when Roldan and Morris are able to get wide? How that opens up the middle for you? Could you talk a little bit about that, please?
Yes, they are very good players. They know how to attack the spaces, and that's going to open any defense that we're going to play from now on. And of course, I have the freedom to come back and just be in that spot that they are opening for us, for Albert and for me, just to get the ball. And if we can, we have to turn and play those balls through the space. I remember one opportunity that I played through ball to Jordan. I wish that the field was a little wet, so that ball had more speed in front of him, and it would have been a one-on-one with the goalkeeper. But yeah, it's part of our identity, I believe so. When you have Jordan on one side and when you have Christian on the other side, they are gonna go all the game, 90 minutes. They are gonna go up and down.
Jaime.
Congratulations to both of you. Felicitaciones a los dos. La pregunta es para los dos. The question is for both of you. How do you feel right now? ¿Cómo se sienten ustedes después de este triunfo tan necesitado del equipo?
Yeah, I'm feeling so excited. We need to get the win. I think this victory is gonna be more confident for all team. I think this victory gonna help also for try to be focused for the next game and play on.
I feel good. I feel like I need a Santo coffee. I'm gonna go back home and enjoy. Very happy for these 3 points, and it's just a reminder to the whole team that we are good enough to win the games at home, no matter what.
Contento por la victoria. Sabemos que esta victoria nos va a ayudar mucho para poder mentalizarnos en lo que va a ser el partido de la próxima semana en León. Así que esta victoria fue muy importante, la necesitamos porque veníamos de 2 partidos que no nos venían dando los resultados en la liga. Así que este partido nos ayuda a afianzar y a nuevamente tomar la identidad que tenemos aquí en la liga, ¿no?
¿Quieres que te diga la mía también? Nos sentimos bien, me siento muy bien. Creo que me merezco un café de santo. Voy a ir a la casa y a tomármelo y a disfrutar. Y es un buen llamado de atención para todos nosotros, que somos buenos y que necesitamos seguir por el camino de la victoria en nuestra casa.
2 preguntas, 2 idiomas. Muy bien, muchas gracias. Y señor López.
Sí. Hugo López para el 7 días. Pregunta para Javier Arriaga. Javier, en este año mundialista, que Seattle Sounders lo está haciendo muy bien en la Conca Champions, lo está goleando, está gustando. Y hoy, sobre todo, el triunfo importante. Y tú como figura del partido, con este gol, con el profe Alfaro que te está siguiendo y que seguramente estarás en el Mundial con él, ¿cuál es tu confianza de ir al Mundial a Qatar, representando obviamente a Seattle y a tu país, Ecuador?
So the question was on this year of World Cup and this year where you guys are doing very well in the CONCACAF, and now that you know that the Profe Alfaro, the coach Alfaro has been following up your performances, what is your confidence that you're going to be able to be representing the World Cup in Qatar, somehow representing Seattle in some way? Sí, yo lo...
Bueno, creo que este año es uno de los mayores objetivos que me he puesto. Sé que este año es un año mundialista. La verdad que es un gran anhelo que tengo en mi corazón de poder estar en un mundial de fútbol. Creo que es el sueño más grande de todo futbolista. Así que estoy trabajando. Sé que esto es paso a paso. Tengo que esforzarme mucho este año para poder estar ahí, estar, como digo yo, entre siempre los jugadores que el profe está convocando y todo eso. Así que esto es trabajo. Yo creo que eso lo tomo como una responsabilidad, pero a la misma vez también lo tomo como un reto para mí en este año, un objetivo claro, y eso me ayuda a estar siempre enfocado y a trabajar pensando en lo que se viene, ¿no?
Yes, this year is a very important year with the World Cup. It's one of my biggest objectives is to be able to keep playing hard and to keep my effort hard so I can be taken in consideration. I'm going to keep working, but I know that it's a step-by-step process. I have to put a lot of effort into be able to achieve that, to be there. It's a very big hope. But at the end, it's all about work, responsibility, and then having that objective as well helps to keep me motivated on each one of the games to achieve that.
Over to Mira Flores, go ahead.
Gracias. Felicitarlos a ambos por el triunfo. El Sanders hasta antes del triunfo del día de hoy, era un equipo eran 2 Sanders, un equipo con 2 identidades. En la CONCACAF ganaban todo y en el campeonato local no les iba bien. ¿Qué ha propiciado ese cambio de actitud en el triunfo de hoy? ¿Hubo una conversación con el entrenador? ¿Qué ha hecho que el equipo hoy dé un giro importante que pareciera va a marcar un nuevo rumbo del equipo en el campeonato?
So the question is, congrats for the win. Before today, Sounders felt like a dual team where you had a very good performance on the Champions League and not so well during the MLS. What is that thing that have changed? Did you have a conversation on the locker room with the coach that actually made that trend change today?
A ver, no importa los resultados, las conversaciones con el entrenador siempre van a existir semana tras semana para mejorar y para ver las cosas que no salieron tan bien. Pero era cuestión de tiempo. Salimos de una pretemporada muy rápida. Era más cuestión del entrenamiento físico, la parte colectiva, la parte técnica con los nuevos jugadores que llegaron era de ajustarse. Y bueno, sabíamos de que los resultados no se dieron, pero no era momento de entrar en pánico. Se dio vuelta a la página y eso es lo que tenemos que prestar más atención. Estamos muy felices de la victoria, estamos muy felices de que el grupo se está conectando poco a poco y esperemos seguir por ese camino.
So the results doesn't really matter. We always have conversations with the coach about the performance and what we need to do to improve. And we knew that it was about time. It was about of putting more time into training. We had actually a very short preseason, and there were many new players coming in, getting accustomed to our way of playing. There was also a physical aspect that we needed to continue to improve. So we knew that we must not panic. We knew that it was something that was going to happen organically. So now we turned the page, and we are happy for this new victory, and we believe that now we are in the correct path and the correct trend.
Okay, I know there are a couple in the room here. We'll come back to Jose, beginning with you, but Matt, we'll go upstairs to Zoom for the 2 questions you have there. Matt, go ahead.
Well, looks like 3 questions on Zoom for now. So we'll start with Felipe Maqueda.
Thank you, Matt. Felicidades a los dos por el partido que dieron ahora. Me gustaría saber, bueno, Freddy, primero yo creo que era justo que terminaras la jugada que iniciaste previa al penal, que la terminaras con un penal, y la verdad que me da gusto. Pero también Javier ya había avisado que quería anotar gol cuando estrellaste un remate en el poste. La pregunta para los dos es, Javier, tu trabajo principal es prevenir que los delanteros anoten gol, y Freddy, tu trabajo principal es anotar goles. Cuando se anota un gol, Javier como defensa y tú, Freddy, como delantero, ¿la diferencia en el sentimiento es la misma o cómo sienten ustedes la alegría cuando anotan el gol?
Bueno, siempre va a ser especial para un defensa poder marcar porque no tengo la oportunidad de marcar goles toda la semana como la tiene Freddy o como la tienen los delanteros, ¿verdad? Y bueno, así que siempre que puedo anotar, la verdad que lo disfruto mucho. Trato de disfrutar el momento porque, como vuelvo y repito, no tengo la oportunidad de anotar toda la semana. Pero sí, también es un trabajo que a la verdad uno hace. Yo al menos me pongo de objetivo siempre, primero defender obviamente, pero también aportar desde un córner o de un tiro de esquina, poder ir y poder anotar, porque en sí estamos para eso, ¿no? Mi primer trabajo es defender, pero también tengo que ponerme el objetivo de que pues sé la importancia de que un gol como el del día de hoy también puede brindarnos los 3 puntos al equipo. Así que eso es lo bonito, lo especial de cada jugador ponerse metas como esa, ¿no?
Okay. So the question was, congrats for both on the win today, Freddie. I believe that there was justice for you to actually kick off the PK. I mean, you generated it, so it was good. And Javier, it was great that you were able to score the goal, and you already gave a heads up when you actually hit that ball into the post. So Javier, your job is to prevent goals, and Freddy, your goal is Javier, your objective is to prevent goals, and Freddy, your objective is to score goals. Do you feel different when you get goals scored based on the different roles that you play on the team? The answer from Javi was, it's always special for a defender to score a goal. And I enjoy every single opportunity that I have to be able to score a goal. But I do know that as a regular player, since I'm a defender, I don't have chances to score goals every week. So I have to enjoy very much when that happens. But I also work very hard to keep doing what is my primary role, which is to defend. But I also understand that I need to take advantage of corners and opportunities like that to be able to score goals that are usually very important for the team, because like today, it allowed us to basically break a tie.
My answer is basically the same. I'm enjoying when I play, when I have the opportunity to score, because obviously, I'm not gonna be playing as many games as Javi, Sí, yo también disfruto al máximo todas las oportunidades que tengo y todos los goles que hago, porque a comparación de Javi no juego la cantidad de partidos que juega. Así que nada, feliz por el gol de hoy, por seguir jugando y por seguir ayudando al equipo.
Matt, you got more?
Yes, there's translation. I will go next to Jada Evans.
Thank you. Congratulations on the win. Javi, can you walk us through a little bit of your goal? It seemed like something that you guys had practiced trained in practice.
I think I got it.
¿Cómo marcaste el gol si cerraste los ojos?
También preguntó si es que es algo que venían practicando durante la semana.
Honestly, I didn't know how to score. I was just the moment I was focusing on the ball. When the ball coming in to me, I just tried to help the ball. And obviously we practice this play. That is very good because we can putting in on the game all this play. I'm happy because play get today, we can score. Thank Alex for the shot also.
Last one from Zoom. We'll go to Alonso Contreras.
Thank you, Matt. Felicitaciones, saludos por el gol, por la victoria también. Esa pregunta para Javier. Javier, después del primer gol, ¿cómo te sentiste en la responsabilidad de responder al equipo y sales con el gol ganador?
Bueno, creo que siempre poder recibir un gol tan tempranero como el que recibimos hoy es duro, porque tenemos que comenzar a construir la victoria desde atrás, ¿verdad? Pero la verdad que hoy felicito al equipo porque se vio la madurez del equipo. Pudimos reaccionar rápidamente, que eso también es una buena señal. Siempre digo que la madurez de un equipo se ve en los momentos difíciles, así que hoy comenzamos de un momento duro y pudimos sacarlo adelante, así que contento por eso más que todo.
Javier, after the first goal, what did you feel and what did you guys had to do to come back from that situation? The answer from Javier was such an early goal is always hard because you have to start building up from behind and you have to come back very strongly. But that takes a lot of maturity. So I believe that the fact that we were able to come back so quick shows how we have matured as a team and how we are able to respond on those situations and still take a positive result after a difficult start.
That's it from Zoom.
Any final question here to close us out? Okay, last one.
You guys were able to improve upon your performances over the last couple of games. What is it that's not reflected in the scoreline that you guys have done to improve and to change, whether it's attitude or something on the training pitch that has allowed you to gain the results that you have?
As I said before, I believe that it was a matter of time. We knew that we have very good group of players here, and the fact that we started the 2 games losing those games and we needed to react, and that game against Leon gave us that plus that we needed. So the confidence is there. We start building from that game, and we saw the attitude today. We saw the energy today. Even when we started losing after 5 minutes into the game, it was a big step for the whole group, to finish the first half winning 2-1. And from now on, we believe that the next game is going to be even harder. But we have the group of players to move on. And I believe in this team. And if we keep, working hard and we keep, bringing our talent, we know that there's going to be difficult games, but we know that we can make all that necessary steps to win the games. And now we're going to enjoy this game with these 3 points, but also our mind is in the next game against Leon. Big opportunity for the organization, and we are dreaming about being in that semifinal.
Guys, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you guys.
Ryan's next.
Thank you, guys.
Hello again. We will go straight to your questions. As a reminder, Giselle is in charge of the mic. Do we have any takers? Jeremiah.
Brian, how big was getting this win for your confidence, or does it, again, like the Leon match, was it not really something that was on your mind as far as the streak went?
I mean, it was more for you guys to stop the narrative we can't win MLS games. Come on. I would say that the team, all right, look, we have an experienced team, Jeremiah. I said that half in jest, of course, for the guys that couldn't get that. It was certainly a big game because we wanted to continue to build on the early parts of this year. But look, had we drawn 2-2, would we have been, hit with a gut punch that we can't recover from? No. The team's too experienced for that. What it was a good training session for what we're going to face in Lyon, because the Galaxy at times were all over us. And so we had to defend for our lives, and we had to gut out some nervy moments, and we'll use this film as, kind of a learning lesson for, again, our next opponent, our next match away from home. And it won't just be all bad clips of, what we did wrong. It'll be good clips of, Will coming on and killing the game, and, the moments when we could string one or two passes together. I thought Jackson found a couple of really game opening up passes to kind of release some of the pressure. So the game was more of an educational one for me rather than, we needed to win because of our confidence.
Jose?
Coach, losing one of your defensive pairings today during the game while you were, like as you mentioned, under barrage from time to time, what type of confidence does that give you, knowing that somebody came in, stepped up, and did their job and helped you achieve the win today?
Yeah. Jose, it's always been next man up. I've said that many times up here, and that's what we believe. We say that to the young kids, so they're ready when they have to step into a game like this, that they can perform. It gives them some confidence. It gives them the knowledge that they, need to survive sometimes. So, it wasn't unexpected. Guys have done it before. Young guys have come before Jackson and done the same thing. So for me, it's just a continuation of kind of how we want to, incorporate young guys within our group.
Go ahead.
Buenas, felicitaciones por el triunfo. El equipo, como conversábamos con los jugadores, parecía un equipo con dos identidades. Algunos podrían decir que era un equipo bipolar. El triunfo de hoy marca el fin de la bipolaridad del Sanders.
Congrats on the win. The team, as we were talking to the players earlier today, felt like a team that had some level of bipolar, work based on MLS versus CONCACAF performances. Do you think the game today ends that bipolarity that has been shown by the team?
Probably doesn't, because there's an air of pessimism sometimes around, when you lose. I think always when you don't perform perhaps up to your expectations, people can look at it, the whole, negativity sometimes you get on social media. How do we insulate the team from that? How do we make them feel, confident to overcome stuff like this? Again, it's just about having a positive message in the locker room. It's about being confident in your process. I think we do a good job of training the players. I think the players understand the tactics. We're not going to win every game, unfortunately. It would be nice. But that's not pro sports. That's not reality. So for us, it's just another game to learn from. Just like we learned from Nashville, just like we learned from RSL. We'll pick different parts of this game to learn from as well, to get better for the rest of the year.
Probablemente no necesariamente es relacionado con el tema ese de bipolaridad. Es importante que entendamos de que cuando no se ejecuta bien va a haber cierta negatividad en el ambiente, y eso es con lo que vamos a tener que sobrevivir. Lo importante es sentirse con confianza y mantener el positivismo, tener confianza en los jugadores y entender de que no vamos a ganar absolutamente todos los partidos. Eso sería buenísimo, pero no es real. No es real en una liga como la MLS. Van a haber partidos que no vamos a poder ganar y tenemos que aprender de esos partidos. Como aprendimos del partido contra Nashville, como aprendimos del partido contra RSL, y como hemos aprendido también con otros partidos como los de León, de la misma forma, y aplicar esos aprendizajes en los siguientes partidos que vayan a pasar.
Okay, reminder for those folks on Zoom, if you have a question, hit the raise hand function button so Matt can get around to you. We do have a couple more in the room here. We'll go to Mickey Turner in the back, and then John Marshall over here. Go ahead, Mickey.
Coach, Alex Rodin was obviously dealing with an injury, comes up with a big assist. Just wanted to get your thoughts on his performance and how he was able to kind of get through a little bit of pain that he was dealing with.
Yeah, he was taking some pain medicine before the game to help with that. But again, once we found out what the injury was, Mickey, it's a pretty safe injury to play with. So, I just think Alex is a very talented player, and crossing is certainly one of his many talents. So that ball that he delivered was good. But what I would say is that it takes two to tango. And I just watched the highlights in there with the rest of the coaches, and Javi's ability to kind of get up in the air, hold his body position, and the technique in snapping his head and making contact and guiding the ball into the back of the net was equally as impressive as Alex's delivery. So kudos to both of those two for a well-manufactured goal.
John.
Yeah, Brian, I'm curious how you think the team did energy-wise coming off of 4 days rest, and how you think with the game today, going with 5 days rest down to Leon, how today makes you feel for that upcoming game?
Did they look tired?
There was a few points at the game when they looked a little bit tired, and Galaxy was running around.
Is that mental fatigue or physical fatigue? You're asking me that question?
Yes.
Okay, all right, just making sure. I would say it's probably a little bit of both. I thought there was some little bit of sluggishness. You know, our team, that's where you guys can check on. I'm not so sure what our record is in afternoon games. You know, I'm not too sure because it's just a different rhythm. You know, it kind of feels like there's been some times where we struggled during afternoon games. I'll look into that. I'll have our sports science guys look into that. So it's a good question. Physically, yeah, I thought they looked tired at times. And was that because the Galaxy outpossessed us in moments we couldn't find and or establish any sort of possession? You know, did we fall back into being so confident in our transition moments that we had to defend for long periods of time? Was it the 1 day of rest? You know, was it just the fact that, you know, we had such a big emotional win and naturally there might have been some mental letdown as well? We'll digest that when we come back in for our regen. I'll actually ask some of the players those questions and I'll give you a better answer, but I think it was a combination of both.
We'll go up to Zoom and then I'll come back. I know there are some questions in the room here. I see Charlie Boehm and others with their hands raised. So Matt, take it away.
No problem. Yeah, like Alex mentioned, we'll go straight to Charlie Bump.
Hey, Brian, I wanted to see if you had any updates on Ymar status. Is it a significant injury? I know it's early, but do you have any idea if he's in danger for the?
It's an ankle sprain. It's an ankle sprain, and look, it's not a, you know, like a quad pull or a hamstring pull. So if he can get it strapped up and play, he'll play. So ankle sprain, we'll assess him. You know, do the MRI, do all that sort of stuff, and we'll, you know, as soon as he's pain-free, he can play.
I would imagine you want to have that pairing at all, if at all possible.
Yeah, but the kid played well. Jackson played well. Came in, played well. You know, we switched to three at the back there at the end. You know, we still have some options.
Thanks.
Jade Evans.
Thank you. Brian, I wanted to ask a little bit about the maturity that Javi mentioned as far as being able to come back after that opening goal. Can you expand on that a little bit, especially since you guys conceded a goal early in the second half, but still were able to pull out the goal?
You know, we were having a little bit of technical difficulty there, but I think I heard some of it. I think she's asking you to elaborate on the maturity that Javi was describing in coming back from the deficit, particularly after, you know, going down.
Yeah, and then having them come back to 2-2. Yeah. Okay, so again, we have a very experienced team, Jada, and we're at home. So, you know, we always try and, you know, win games. You know, sometimes it doesn't work, but obviously, you know, when you play at home, you want to be on the front foot. You know, I thought that the corner kick goal, you know, was like we drew it up. Jordan was exactly in the right spot that he needed to be. You know, then you know, the second goal certainly was a penalty. You know, it's a veteran guy stepping up and, you know, getting fouled and taking the penalty. And then, you know, the third goal was, the team never quits, Jada. And you know, Javi's obviously very happy that he scored that goal. He's been close. And I think he is very good in the air on our set pieces. So for him to be enthusiastic and positive, I can totally see the reason why.
Jason Mitchell.
Hey, Coach. Given the amount of duress that you were under for long stretches in the first half, did you give any thought, or would you give any thought in the future to making that switch to a back three at halftime or the 60th minute?
No. We would only, you know, look, had Ymar not got injured, you know, would we have closed out 4-2-3-1? Maybe. I just felt that they were crossing a bunch of balls, so a third center back was handy. We'll take that on a game basis. I wouldn't say that there's going to be a trend where we, you know, maneuver out of our 4-2-3-1. We'll still use it to start some games, but, you know, it's always kind of just how you see the game unfolding, and then you just try and make good decisions on your subs.
Looks like last one from the Zoom portion, we'll go to Felipe McKenna.
Thank you, Matt. Coach Brian, the team had a solid performance today, but I want to focus my question on Obed. He always had on all the minutes that he has been solid in his position. And my question is, the younger players, do they have a special care in terms of fitness and the mental aspect, so they can get experience that they need, so they can play more minutes, or to prevent injuries or help them mentally to be more there?
Yeah, we don't try and do a lot different from a physical perspective with all of our young players. What I like about your question, Felipe, is the mental part. So how do we keep Obed up on a high? Did he have a great performance? Was he a little bit of a dip? Yes. I thought there were some learning moments for him today, but he's young and he's going to have those moments, and we'll watch film with him and show him some of the things that he can improve on and complement the things that he still did well today, because I still thought he had a positive impact in the game. So we as a club don't do anything extra really physical. They're in the same training rhythm, but certainly from a mental standpoint, we're cognizant of the fact that he's still 16.
Thank you.
That's it from Zoom, so toss it back to Alex.
Okay, we do have a couple more in the room. We'll close with a couple. We'll start with Hugo there in the back. And then Jeremiah, you still have one? Okay.
Hugo López con las 7 días. Felicidades, coach, por el triunfo de hoy.
Thank you.
Pero ya viendo en el futuro próximo, Seattle Sounders es un gran equipo, un gran crew, una gran organización. Ahorita ya creó el momento el equipo para ganar un trofeo internacional que se lo merece, para reforzar la imagen del club a nivel mundial. Ya está ahorita mismo el equipo como usted quiere para ganar una copa como la Conca Champions.
Congratulations on the win today, but just looking a little bit more at the future, the team, the club has a great momentum right now, especially internationally. And do you think an international cup is already deserved? Do you think the team is ready to be able to compete and be able to win a CONCACAF Champion Cup, to be able to have a more aggressive exposure internationally?
I think the team is ready to compete. I think we've shown that in our previous CONCACAF Champions League appearances, back when Ziggy was still the coach, I thought we've had some good performances. I agree that compete is different than ganar, than winning. Okay, so there's a little bit of a difference there. Do I think this group of players can win Champions League? Yes, I do believe so. I think when, if we get past Lyon, then we'll reassess. But we should have some players coming back from injury. We'll have a full squad. You need a deep squad to make sure that you can, balance league play plus Champions League. I think the roster is set up when we're all healthy for that. So yes, the answer is yes, we can compete. And I believe, creo que, that we have a good chance, provided, we continue to play at the level that we showed against Lyon. And I think we have a good chance, provided we can, play with the same amount of determination like you saw tonight when we went up 3-2.
La respuesta directa es sí. Yo creo que el equipo está listo para competir. Inclusive en oportunidades anteriores, cuando el entrenador Z era parte del cuerpo técnico, tuvimos la oportunidad de competir efectivamente en la CONCACAF. Sin embargo, yo sé que es bien diferente la palabra competir de la palabra ganar. Y en este momento creo que estamos en capacidad de competir. Y cada partido que vamos pasando voy a reevaluar si es que tenemos también la oportunidad de estar listos para poder ganar. Lo importante en tomar en cuenta es que nuestra producción ha venido en alza. y tenemos jugadores que no han podido participar hasta el día de hoy, que van a empezar a entrar de vuelta al roster del equipo, y con eso vamos a poder incrementar nuestra oportunidad de poder seguir compitiendo en el partido. Ahora, si jugamos con la misma determinación que hemos jugado en el partido de hoy, por ejemplo, yo creo que nuestras oportunidades de continuar compitiendo y posiblemente en el futuro sí decirles que estamos listos para ganar sea una realidad.
Jeremiah, why don't you take us home?
Yeah, we asked Freddie about it. He explained it reasonably well as to essentially he just felt very confident taking the penalty. But how is that? What's the process like behind the scenes? What's that supposed to like? How is that supposed to work when like do you put a list out who's supposed to be taking penalties, or just explain kind of how that goes?
We've done both in the past. We've had lists, we've had not lists. We have senior players just decide amongst themselves. In this game, you know, we just let the guys decide. So far this year, we haven't had to, you know, designate the penalty kick takers. We might think about it.
I'm sorry.
No, I just think that, you know, we have a veteran team and they can sort it out amongst themselves.
Were you ultimately satisfied with sort of how it played? I mean, obviously you scored the goal.
Yeah. I mean, look, Albert is a good set piece taker. Now, does JP take all the corners? Is it Albert? Is it some mix of both? Nico has been taking most of our penalties. Does Nico take all of our penalties, or does Freddie take one, or does Raul take one? I mean, we have so many weapons and so many options that it really is not it's not an issue for me. If I have to step in, I will. But, you know, I just think that we have a really, really talented team as far as set pieces are concerned. And we actually need to, you know, really use that when we're dealing with, you know, tough games like tonight, you know, basically scoring 2 goals off set pieces and, you know, throughout the future, playing in multiple competitions, you know, playoffs, all of that sort of stuff, set pieces become vital.